All right, yo, what's going on? Welcome to the first episode of Who is J.R. Jones, where you, the fans, get to ask me, J.R. Jones. All right, welcome to the first episode of Who is J.R. Jones. I'm your mother. All right, what's going on? God damn it, fuck this cold, bro. Okay. Yo, what's going on? Welcome to your boy. Did you cut that shit cut off? It didn't cut off. Alright, oh fuck it, shit. Alright. Welcome to the first official episode of Who is J.R. Jones, where you, the fans, get to ask me questions and I answer them personal. Alright, man, you see this shit ain't easy, but this shit is not easy. Yeah, right, here we go again. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy J.R. Jones. Welcome to the first official episode of Who is J.R. Jones, where you, the fans, get to ask me questions and I sit here and answer them for you as best as I can and as real as I can. So, yeah, man, let's get this shit started. So the first one goes, how do you deal with stress? No, to be honest, I'm always trying to figure stress out. I'm always trying to find different ways to tackle stress. I ain't got the shit like down to a science, but I'm always researching shit. Like for me, what's working for me right now is reading a lot of books. I'm always reading like self-help books and shit like that. I fucking hated to read when I was young, man. When I was a kid, I hated reading. But that's because the teachers told me I had to read stupid shit that I didn't want to read. So now that I could choose what I want to read, I was like, no, I'm gonna read this book, that book. Besides the point. The point is, books help me a lot. Meditation has been huge for me. Just take like 15 minutes out your day. Like if something that's really fucking stressing you out, just take 10 deep breaths to yourself and focus on your breath, and then, you know, try to tackle that problem or that issue. For me, sometimes, depending on how big the stress level is for me, or how much stress I really have, that kind of like dictates how long I'm gonna meditate. I can meditate for 20 seconds or 20 minutes or, you know, an hour. It all depends on what I'm going through. So yeah, man, there's a lot of different things, but that's definitely one of them. Another way I deal with stress is being grateful. I count my blessings and count my, you know, I was gonna say I count my blessings and I count my blessings. But nah, I'm grateful for everything that I have in my life, man. And sometimes when we are stressed out about something, we forget to look at the things around us and the things that we could be grateful for. So sometimes I check myself, because I be on some bullshit sometimes, you know, but who's not, you know? All right, next question. What was the hardest and worst thing in your life, bro? That's a hard one. There's a lot of shit that's going on in my life, but I'd have to give two answers. The first answer would I'd probably have to say like the divorce of my parents. My parents got divorced when I was like 10 years old, and I had to see a lot of abuse and a lot of shit like that going in my home. Just like as a kid, not really understanding what's going on, and then, you know, your parents separating and you don't really understand why they're separated. That had a big impact on my life because my father wasn't there. My mother was, you know, over-parenting at times. So it was like one wasn't there and one was there too much at times. You know what I mean? Like it was just like it was a weird type of situation. So that would probably be my first tough thing that I had to go through. And I'd probably say the next toughest thing would have to be going through heartbreak, going through depression. You know, I love hard, man. That's the gift and the curse of being an artist, is I feel all my emotions so much, so deep. So going through heartbreak, feeling like, you know, you gave your all to somebody and, you know, that person didn't meet you halfway, or, you know, somebody, you know, betrayed you or let you down, like that feeling of heartbreak was something really tough for me to overcome, man. But to be honest, like I am the man that I am today because I didn't give up on myself. You know, so for anybody out there that's, you know, going through it, I hope my music helps you push through it, because it's from a real place. It's real shit that I've gone through, real thoughts that I've thought. You know, I hope that the music helps you there, but more than anything, I hope the music inspires you. And I inspire you. Like, that's why I'm doing this shit right now, to be able to see that there's an end to it. You know, there's like another side to the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get so caught up. There's always another side to your depression, and that's like happiness and a better you. So don't give up on yourself. I feel like your music explains a lot, and you can tell you put a lot of feeling into it, and honestly, that's all I need. What's your inspiration? Well, I kind of just answered that in the last question. First of all, thank you for listening to my shit, man. I really fuck with y'all tough, man. Y'all don't understand. Like, without you guys, I'm nothing as an artist. Like, without, you know, you guys help me be okay with being vulnerable and putting my situations out there, because it let me know that, you know, I'm touching people and I'm helping people. So that means a fuck ton to me. So thank you guys so much, each and every one of you guys. But anyways, back to the question. My inspiration is my own pain. Like, that's where those songs come from. Like, if you listen to These Words or Promises or Problems, like, I'm writing all those songs from a real place that I've been in. So, you know, for all like aspiring artists or poets or writers or anything that has to do with art and, you know, has to do with describing the human experience, try to take yourself as your own sample. Like, use yourself as your inspiration, because you got some of the best stories. You know what I'm saying? And it's very likely that other people can relate to those stories. Like in my situation, like I love music and and everything about it. Like, it's my passion, but I never thought that my shit in my life would touch somebody else. You know, I had a fan that told me that he literally took his finger off the trigger because he heard one of my songs and listened to my songs, and then I saved his life. Like, for me, that took it so far past. I got to get chills thinking about this shit right now. Like, that made my job as an artist feel so fulfilling. It made me feel like fucking Superman, man. Like, life is so precious, man, and I'm blessed to have you guys listening to my shit. So yeah, man, my inspiration is definitely me. All right, birthday. My birthday is goddamn January 2nd, man. This ain't fair. Okay, first of all, I'm terrible with fucking birthdays. So like, if you have a birthday, I'm probably gonna forget your shit. I don't care who you are. I'll probably forget it to some degree. I don't know why. Like, my mentality, I guess, on this has been like, if I can't remember one person's birthday, I ain't gonna remember the next person's birthday, unless it's super easy. Like, my mama's birthday is July 4th. My birthday's day after New Year, so it's not that hard to remember. I'm a goddamn Capricorn. It's like, I believe this shit. Sorry, y'all, I'm sick. I believe this shit, but then I don't believe this shit too. So, you know, and all y'all horoscope people, holla at me, because I don't know what the fuck going on there. But yeah, man, birthday January 2nd. All right. When did you get into music, or have you always been into it? It's a dope question, because it's got like, I got two answers to it to a degree. So when it comes to music, when I was a kid, it's a true story. My father was a musician, first of all. So like, Pops grew up being like a singer himself, and you know, he was in a boy band, and he grew up and did his thing as a grown man, like as a single artist. So music was always around me as a kid. I always was around his studio, you know, always smelling weed and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he was always working. I remember, still as a kid, I remember him being like, son, listen to the song that I just made, and I loved his music, I loved his songs. And even before that, like, I'm talking, that was probably like 6, 7 years old. Even before 6 or 7, when I was a little kid, my mom and dad used to, they would trip on me because I would start playing the drums. Like, I started playing the drums, and what the fuck? I started playing the drums, and what the fuck? I started playing the drums, but I would be good at it. Like, little ass kids shouldn't be able to go boom, boom, cat, boom, 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 cat, boom, boom, cat, boom, boom, ta 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 ta, boom, boom, cat, boom, 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 cat. And I was tearing the shit up. So my dad got me. Let me a little story. My dad bought me a goddamn drum set for one of my birthdays as a little kid. I didn't ask him for the shit, but he bought it for me because he wanted to develop that skill in me, and you know, that natural talent that I had for music. I kind of fucked that up. Sorry, Dad. Yeah, I never used the shit. Like, I guess, you know, I kind of took the fun out of it when I couldn't use fucking spoons and shit. So I stopped playing the drums. But then my mama put me in piano classes when I was in middle school, and a drum class too when I was in middle school, to try to keep me out of trouble and shit like that. And I thought that was dope. So I took some classes a little bit, but not enough. Like, I quit after I don't know, once you finish a little book and shit. Like, I finished that first little book and I was good. Then the real like place so music's always been there, is my point. Like, music's always been in my life in some way or form. It's always been there, but it really grabbed me when my father told me one day. I keep saying my father. It's because I just got finished watching Game of Thrones. I ain't gonna go there. My dad told me, Pa said, hey bro, you wanna make a song? One of these days he's like, bro, you wanna make a song? And I said, of course I wanna make a song. So I was like, fuck it, you know, I could do it. At the time I was hooping. So I was like, fuck it, yeah, I'll try it. So I made a song with him. He wrote it. He wrote the song. He wrote the song, I rapped it or whatever, and it was cool, it was fun. And then like a few days after that, I asked my dad if I could, you know, if I learned how to use this shit, could I record myself? He said, yeah. So, you know, I started to make my own music. I made my first song by myself. One of them, anybody who's been down with me from the jump will know this song. It's called So Swagged Out was the name of the song. And I had made it, and I was so fucking proud of myself, man. I was so happy with this song, like the feeling that like I made this shit by myself, like the passion that I felt listening back to it. It's like listening to that new song by your favorite artist, but you made this shit, so it's like it's exactly how you want it. So I was so fucking happy. I was so happy that I made this song, and that's where like my real passion for the music started, in the sense that like from that moment on, I knew music was gonna be in my life, and I decided to be an artist. So I kept, you know, plugging along. I kept trying and kept writing, and my love for music kind of started from that point, and I was about 16 years old. So yeah, all of that, and you know, that got me to where I'm at today. Okay, let's see here. What do you like to do in your free time? All right, so in my free time, play hoop. It's the first thing that comes to my mind. Like, you know, I don't really have too many hobbies like that. So, you know, I like to go play basketball. Basketball was like my first love. That's why I learned how to grind, how to, you know, do all my shit. Hooping was like the thing, you know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of where it all started. Aside from that, you know, I've been with my girl. I love being with my girl. I love being with my boys. Me and my boys, like, we'll go do some shit like hoop. We'll go do some shit like shoot. A lot of the time we just grinding, bro. So I mean, outside of the music, I don't really do too much. I kind of live a boring life, but it's my life, and I love that shit. So yeah, man. Who is the most fascinating person you've met? That's a good one. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one, because I got a few. Actually, no, you know what? She probably will never see this. But to this point in my life, outside of my family, so because I could say, you know, my mother, my father. I go again with mother and father. I can say my mama and my daddy. I can say some shit like that. But outside of my immediate family, the main person that sticks out to me is Joanne Davison, man. Joanne has had such a big part of my life. She's fascinated me because before her, I had never been around somebody that, you know, that loved life like the way she loves life. I was dating her daughter, by the way. That's why I know her. So she was an older woman. She ain't dead, bro. She was a gym teacher, track coach, and the most loving mother, man. And she had this huge impact on me. She was one of the first people that I seen that had such a big heart, like to be able to give. Like, she would give to strangers, give to me. Like, she barely knew me, and you know, every time we would go out, she like developed this love for me. And just the kind of person to be like, you know, if we're at McDonald's or something, she'd be like, what you want? And I'd be like, I'll just get a McChicken, like trying to have manners and shit. And she'd be like, nah, fuck that. Get what the fuck you want. And I'd be like, what? Like, nah, I'm just gonna get a McChicken. And she'd look at me, I remember she looked at me, she turned and was like, nah, get what the fuck you want. And I was like, all right, bro, all right, I'll get what I want. So, hold on, man. That's another thing about me. Quick fun fact, I lose my phone every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes I lose my goddamn phone. But anyways, yeah, another a cool little story about her. And anybody who knows her knows this is what the fuck she does. We were on our way back from someplace, and how many times you see somebody with their shit broken down on the side of the road? Like, how many times have you seen somebody with a flat tire? How many times have you seen somebody with, you know, pushing their cars, shit like that? And we just drive right by them because it's like, that's their problem. We don't even think twice about it. We think they got it under control. Not Joanne, man. Like, this woman would 1,000 times over stop for anybody who she's seen helping. And one of these days, you know, she got out of her car, like we was right around the block from her house, and we got out the car and we started pushing her van to help this guy out. So I got outside the van too. I was like, fuck it, if she pushing that shit, I'm gonna push that shit too. And we started pushing it, and we helped the guy, and the guy was so helpful. And the dude was like, she's an old white lady, man. Well, not old. Joanne gonna kick my ass if she see this shit. She's like 50. She's in her 50s, but she's hella fit and hella strong and shit. But anyways, yeah, we helped push the goddamn car and shit like that. So just little stories like that. She had a huge impact on me. She always was reading. She always wanted to come up with games. She's not like one of them people that likes TV and shit like that. She would much rather be outside, you know, making up a game like if she was a 10-year-old girl. And it was never, like, that's just somebody I hold super dear to my heart, and has fascinated me ever since I met her. So, you know, Joanne, I love you, and, you know, I hope, you know, you're doing good, man. You always gonna have a special place in my heart. I love you. Anyways, all right, man, let's not get too mushy up in this motherfucker. What was the last book you really got into? God damn, all right, y'all hitting the nose, man. I'm always reading. I recently read The Alchemist. Everybody loves The Alchemist, man. That's such a dope book. Read The Alchemist. That's my answer. Read that shit, man. Read that shit. A Book of Joy, too. The Book of Joy was my shit. Y'all gotta read The Book of Joy. Ah, that's my shit. God damn, that was like a Bible. That book got me out of depression, and it helped me become a better person. So The Book of Joy had a huge impact on me. Anyways, let's see here. Where are you from? Oh my God. All right, man. I need all my core fans to like really listen to me, because I understand people ain't coming at me. They don't come at me with a foul. You know, y'all not coming at me from a bad place, but like people just want to know, can they relate to me, and you know what's going on in that sense or whatever. So I'm gonna answer it right now for everybody. All right, so my story is complicated. Like where I'm from is complicated. So first of all, I was born in Kansas City, Missouri. All right, so I was born in Kansas City, but I don't rep Kansas City, Missouri, because I don't remember this shit. When I was like 2 years old, we packed our shit and we moved. Then we lived in a little city called Grayson. If I'm from any place, maybe Grayson. Like if you're going on like where did you grow up at, I was in and out of Grayson until I was about 10 years old. So if y'all want to say where he grew up at, you know, y'all can say Grayson, California. It was actually supposed to be the capital of California, but it's this little small Mexican city town. Little like it can't have more than, you know, 5,000 people, bro. That shit's so little, but I loved it. I had a great childhood there. So I grew up there. That's like where the Mexican side of my family lived, and you know that's why I know Spanish and you know all that stuff. But well, I'm half Mexican too. We'll get into that in another question. Goddamn, come on, bro. Anyways, so I lived there, and then when my parents got divorced, I moved to St. Louis, Missouri for a little bit, and then once we was there, about like 2 years later, my mama was trying her best, being a single mother, trying to provide for her 3 kids. She was trying to find different jobs and, you know, take promotions and shit like that. So every time she would get a promotion, we'd have to move. So we went in Missouri, and then from Missouri, we moved to Wisconsin, to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee was like, everybody, when you think of Milwaukee, you think of, you know, like cheese and folks. But nah, Milwaukee, when we moved to the projects, we moved to the hood. We were in like Milwaukee. I went to Lancaster Elementary School. Shout out to all my people that went there, man. Lancaster changed my life. Milwaukee changed my life. That was the first place where like I felt accepted. Like I felt like there was people that looked like me. You know what I'm saying? It was an all black school. It was all black neighborhood. And that's why I met some of my dear friends, man. Shout out to Brandon, shout out to Cameron, shout out to Tony, and so many more, man. Oh shit, hold up. Shout out to Melissa, shout out to the Burnleys, the 3 sisters, man. All y'all was the shit. All the bus rides and shit like that. So if niggas is trying to find out like what hood I'm from, or you know what I'm talking about, like the niggas wanna know, is he from LA? I'm not from LA. I ain't never even been over there like that. Like I don't fucked around. I've been around Inglewood and Competition. I ain't from there though, bro. I ain't got no reason to front. Like I fuck with LA. LA's dope as fuck, but that's just like not where I'm from. So if niggas wanna know like what hood I'm from, it's like I ain't really repping no hood to keep it 1,000 with y'all, but where I got my sauce from, where I got my sense of black pride, where I got my sense of, you know, like my sauce. The reason why I ain't no goddamn square is because I lived in Milwaukee, so I owe Milwaukee a lot for that. That's why I fell in love with rap music. Shout out Lil Wayne and Lil Boosie, like we was bumping them niggas like crazy over there. So shouts to Milwaukee, bro. That was really dope. After we moved from Milwaukee, we did the complete opposite. We moved to a little city called Medina, Ohio, which was it's a city near Cleveland. And this city was like all white. Even though my main niggas, shout out Latarian and David and Robert and all y'all, man, I love y'all. Shael. Fuck, man, I miss my niggas. All right, anyways, Medina was like an all-white neighborhood, so it was super fucking dope because it was the complete opposite of Milwaukee in the sense that like I had to be culture shock, and that changed me again. So I came into Ohio like not liking white people, like not liking white folks, because I had been in the hood. It's like we don't fuck with white folks over there. So it was just like this animosity and this, you know, but really it's just the fear of the unknown. And I ended up really loving Medina too. So Medina had, you know, I had countless memories there. I have so many great, beautiful friends there. It changed my outlook on white people. It changed my outlook on life. Again, just like Milwaukee did. Yeah, man, that introduced me to things like Kid Cudi. Shout out Kid Cudi. He has such a big impact on my sound, obviously. Chip the Ripper, you know what I'm saying? Wiz, even though he was from Pittsburgh, like they were close, so, you know, there was a lot of impact there. But anyways, I was in Medina, and that was a dope-ass experience, man. I love Ohio. I'd love to go back and visit. My peoples is there, so shouts to all of y'all, man. I miss y'all. Then after Ohio, I told my moms that I wanted to come back and live with my dad in Cali in a little city called Modesto. And I wanted to finish out high school here. I had like 2 more years of high school, or a year and a half of high school left. And I moved back to Modesto, California. Well, not back, but to Modesto, California for the first time. And I live with my pop. God damn, y'all heavy, yeah. What's it called? That's basically, I was in, you know, actually, hold up, I skipped a step. After I had to stay in, I moved back to St. Louis for a little bit, and I was there for like 6 months. And then after I was in St. Louis again, in Arnold, I went to Fox High School, then I went to Davis in Modesto. So I was at Davis High School in Modesto, and that shit was dope. For my last year of high school, I kind of had a great year there. I still got dope ass friends that I met there too. And that was a dope experience too. So all these places, man, have all contributed. Well, yeah, hold on, to end the goddamn story. After I was at Davis, then I moved to LA, and now I'm in LA, just living in LA, you know, doing this music shit. So that's how I ended up in LA. I've been in LA longer than I've been in a lot of places now, because I've been out here since like 2013, so like 6 years. But yeah, man, I think that that's how I got here. So when people ask me, you know, where I'm from, and y'all want to know like why am I the way I am, that's why. So one more time, I'll break it down, and we're gonna have a little breakdown, a little simple thing, because I don't want no more niggas to ask me this shit, even though y'all still gonna ask me. Born in I'm about to say born in Grayson. Nah, born in Kansas City. Born in Kansas City. About like a year or two later, little baby me moves to Grayson, California, basically. Grayson Patterson. And was there till I was about 10. Shout out Ismael, I love you, nigga. That's where I got my Mexican culture from. Then I moved to St. Louis for about half a year to a year. Then I moved to Milwaukee. That's where I get my black culture from. And I love everything about that shit. I love being black. Goddamn, this shit is dope as fuck. I love being Mexican too. I just love being me. Being me is just, okay, goddamn. Sorry, I was just supposed to be simple. We're gonna start all over. Kansas City, Grayson, Milwaukee, Milwaukee. I keep fucking this up. Then we went to Cleveland, Ohio, Medina, Ohio. All my people's there. That's where I was exposed to white culture. That exposed me to, you know, a lot. And then from there, back to St. Louis, back to California and Modesto. Then from Modesto, back way the fuck up, but down to Los Angeles, and here I am. That wasn't simple, but goddamn, everybody always just wonder. So yeah, man, if you wonder why I'm not like a lot of people, that's why. Because I've been around a lot of shit. There's a lot of reasons. Every different place morphed me into being something different. So if you a kid out there and you moving around a lot and you getting sad because you got to keep restarting, keep leaving your friends and shit like that, I feel you. But trust me, man, it gets better. You won't always be sad like that. You won't always feel that, that sadness. You'll look back on it and be happy about the way that it made you and the different experiences that you was able to keep with you. So definitely all came full circle, man. Yeah, that was a big question. Thank y'all. What are some movies you really enjoyed? I'll tell you my favorite movies. So all my super fans out there, I need y'all to remember this shit, because it's based off of where a lot of my comedy comes from. Well, I laugh at a lot of different shit, but like this is like my meat, my bread and butter. Anybody who knows me knows Rush Hour 1 and Money Talks, because of Chris Tucker, are my like two funniest favorite movies that I have. I also love Lion King. I also got another movie I could watch over and over. I don't know, bruh. Low-key, Guardians of the Galaxy, bruh. That shit was lit. I love comics and shit like that too, by the way. Not comics, but like cartoons and shit, you know what I mean? Same shit, whatever. Shit, I can't think of anything else. Those are my top three. Money Talks, Rush Hour, Lion King. There's some shit, Shawshank Redemption. Anything sci-fi. My favorite fucking goddamn movie shit. My favorite movie genre. Sci-fi. Hands down, bro. I love thinking outside of the box. I'm always thinking like a goddamn, I don't know. So like Interstellar, Lucy, movies like that. Fucking that stimulate the mind and make you think outside of the box. I love those kind of movies, and one day I'm gonna be starring in them goddamn movies. So yeah, man. Anyways, all right, next question. What are some things everyone should try at least once? I think, okay, it's a good one. Some things I think everyone should try at least once. I don't know why this is the first thing that came to my head, but try to forgive somebody while you're angry at them. Like, for instance, nigga, if you arguing with somebody, right, and you fucking hot, like they did some fuck shit, and you just like, you bitch, you motherfucker, like I'm so mad at you right now. Try your best. I would say try to like think of 5 reasons that you're thankful for that person, and try to put your ego aside and try to love that person. And because I think a lot of us, we move around in life like our emotions are on autopilot. Like we have buttons that people can push, when in reality, like you got power in yourself, bro. Like you could really decide how you want to react and how you want to portray yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I'd say try that. I would say try betting it all on yourself in something in your life. Go all in Monopoly. Go all in at Vegas. Do some shit like that. Bet on yourself in something. I'd say try something once in your life. Go for your passion at least once. Just go for something that you love to do. I don't care if it's scrubbing toilets.